What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about why you are not signing clients and how and what you can do to sign more clients. But first, two things, because I want to grow this channel. Can you do, please, two things for me? Can you, one, like this video, and two, watch at least 50% of it. Throw it on 1.5 times speed, make it go faster. Just watch 50%. If you get some value from it, please leave a like. If you want me to make the next video, whatever you want that on, put that in the comments. But let's go ahead and get straight into this. So I'm going to go ahead and put this normal. And we're going to talk about why you can't sign clients, right? So let's assume a situation. You are selling a service to other businesses and you can't get people to sign up. Here's why. Let's say it's like a $3,000 a month service and you can't get people to sign up with you, right? So first issue, we're going to talk about three issues here. So the first one is that you aren't getting any leads. This should be clearly obvious to you, right? People can't buy from you if they don't know you exist, right? There is a considerably massive epidemic of people trying to start businesses who think they have a good idea. And because their idea is so good, people will automatically find out who they are and then start coming and buying from them, right? You don't just make a website and then bam, traffic comes to it. That does not exist. That is not a thing, right? 80% of business, 80% of what you will do in perpetuity for the existence of your business is trying to sell your thing. That is quite literally what you're doing the whole time, right? So build it and they will come does not exist. Right? So in the digital realm, there are two ways you can get people to find you, right? There's outbound marketing and there is inbound marketing, right? And outbound marketing consists of the following: sending cold emails, sending cold DMs, or making cold calls. It is you going to the person directly. That is outbound marketing, right? Inbound consists of the following: posting content on social media, appearing on other people's social media, and advertising, right? That is, your stuff has been distributed throughout the internet. So the act of me making this YouTube right now is with the intention of creating inbound leads, right? If I'm sending cold emails, if I'm sending cold DMs, if I'm making cold calls, that's outbound. The act of doing this, me on my Twitter, me on YouTube, this is inbound, right? So you have to do these, you have to copy what you see other people do, right? So you're trying to sell something people don't want to buy. This is one of the biggest issues that people don't understand when they're trying to sell something online. They think they can just spin up some random thing and then magically people are going to buy it, right? And this is what happens when you watch a YouTube video of, hey, all you need to do is learn how to run YouTube ads and you're going to make a lot of money. It doesn't work like that, right? So I know you personally might think your idea is good, but that doesn't mean people actually want to buy it, right? Do not sell something unless people are already buying it, right? You are not trying to make the next $1 billion startup. You're trying to make 30K a month. That's what you're trying to do, right? If you're trying to make 30K a month, maybe 100, you need to sell something that already exists, right? Somebody else has proven demand. People want to purchase it, right? The demand needs to be proven. Somebody has to be doing it. Right? So how do you find out what's already selling? This is pretty simple. It's so simple. You watch the ads you're getting on IG, Facebook, YouTube. Watch the ads. Click the links. Watch the videos and see what they're offering. Pay attention. You're scrolling through these ads all the time. You need to pay attention to what people are selling, right? If you see the ad 30 times, it's working because they're still running it. They're still spending money on the ad. If you've been seeing the ad for 4 months, it clearly works, right? So what about saturation? Saturation doesn't exist. Market sophistication levels exist, right? And I'm going to explain this by Eugene Schwartz. There are levels of market sophistication. We're going to go through them right now. Level 1, your product or service is completely new, right? So we will run your Facebook ads for you, right? In 2011, that was a huge thing, right? You could just say that and it would work. People would buy it from you. Right? Level 2 is outdoing the competition, which means more people are coming into the market and your claims have to be better with proof. Also, we'll make you this much money with your ads. Oh, we'll make you this much money with your ads. It starts going and going and going. All these competitors start trying to outdo each other with the claims, right? So level 3 is showing customers how it works. And this is a sales tactic, right? The claims have become too exaggerated. So you now have to show them exactly how it works as a sales tactic, right? And then you introduce more mechanisms and like runoffs to that. So like, for instance, hey, we'll do your Facebook ads for you. And then there's like fixing particular problems within that realm. So like Hyros, for instance, which is for print tracking with ads, right? So that's a mechanism, right? And then that mechanism will go through its own series of going through these levels, right? So level 4 is the Cold War. And what that means is yours has to be faster and cheaper. If everyone's getting faster and cheaper, faster and cheaper, faster and cheaper until someone comes in and it's just fucking free now. So Level 5 is storytelling, right? There is no way to win at this now. There are too many people. The war has become it's too absurd. The only way to win is to get people to buy specifically from you because they like you. That's how it works, right? So you get people to buy by buying from you instead of buying the thing. And you build a personal brand. Now you are building an audience of people who want to purchase from you specifically and not dependent on what your thing is. Right? This is how you hedge against this, right? So what I do is just go straight to the bottom, just straight to the start, just straight build a brand, right? Which brings me to the last point. You don't even exist on the internet. This is why people are not purchasing things from you. You don't even exist, right? Here's typically what happens with a new guy who wants to get into business and cut some corners, right? He comes up with the service. Hey, I want to do Facebook ads for someone else, unaware of the fact that that is right here. And he starts sending cold emails. It doesn't work. And then he gives it up and writes off the entire business model as a scam. But the reason it didn't work was because, one, he was trying to sell something with a market sophistication level of 5, right? And when people did get his emails, he didn't realize what just happened. And it was that he didn't have a website. If he did have a website, it doesn't have a video of himself on it. He has no proof of his results on his website. He has no social media presence or anything that conveys authority. He has no social proof in the form of followers. He has no value posts, no guides, no videos, no case studies. He simply raw dogged cold emails out under the impression that this would just work. Doesn't work like that, right? So here's what happened was someone got a cold email from him. And then they looked at the website and they copied it into the URL bar. And then it gave them a 403 error code. This does not exist. And then they looked him up on LinkedIn and he wasn't there. They Googled him. He wasn't there. They couldn't find anything about this person. So the default thing to do as an intelligent, rational human being was to ignore the email because there can only be one of two situations now. One, it's a scam. Two, he's an absolute beginner who doesn't know what he's talking about. Those are the only two situations because he doesn't exist on the internet, right? This is what happens. So what would you do if you got a cold email from this guy? Exactly the same thing that just happened. You would just get ignored, right? You would auto default to be too much of a beginner or it's clearly a scam, right? So what if you want to scale your agency or online business to 30K a month? This is the only thing you do, right? You need a good offer, right? You need to take note of the market sophistication levels and adjust the offering. You can either adjust the offer to sell something that is at a lower sophistication level, or you have to change your strategy to adapt to the sophistication level, right? So if it's at level 5, the only way this is going to work is if you start building a personal brand. If it's at level 1, you can just raw dog this out, right? Bare minimum, you can just have a landing page and it's probably going to work, right? So I'll give you a for instance up here real quick. So like Facebook ads is right here. TikTok ads is right here converting to this. It's like moving to level 2, right? Now, if like here's another one. Podcast repurposing, like so or getting vertical videos for YouTube shorts and TikTok, this is in level 1. Right? It's starting to go to level 2, but those two things I know for a fact are right here. Right? You want to do someone's Google ads or Facebook ads or do their e-commerce email marketing on Klaviyo, that's over here. All right. The ones I just mentioned, they're over here. It's way, way easier to do those. So here's what you do. You need a good offer. People actually want to buy it. It's in demand right now. You need to structure it so that you can charge at least $3,000 for it. Right? You need to film a video sales letter and put forth a convincing sales argument why people should use you. And you need to send cold emails for your first 5 to 10 clients. A lot of cold emails, right? You need to prove this. Send some cold emails, get the first couple, get the results, make case studies, leverage those case studies to get more, start building a personal brand. This is literally what you do, right? You need to get better at sales. You need to know how to speak to other humans, convince them why they should work with you, why they should pay you, right? A lot of you guys think you have a lead generation problem. You actually have a sales problem, right? Which kind of loops into the lead generation, right? The best way to get better at sales is to get reps of sales and to do mock calls, just actual sales calls, but you're not sending enough cold emails. You're not making enough content. You're not doing enough to even generate the sales calls in the first place. So you're not getting reps. So you suck at everything and you can never hit critical mass, right? You need to do more of everything. It's a loop. This is all a loop, right? And how do you get better at the loop? You have to just rail out everything. Lead generation is 20% content and 80% proof. So if you don't have proof yet, you need to go extremely hard on the content and the outbound to generate the 80% in the first place. You also need to learn how to hire, automate, and delegate. You need to know when to do it and what to have them do, right? This is typically what happens when someone gets to around 10K a month. The reason that they aren't able to scale past that is because they don't want to take some of that capital that they're generating, hire someone, start building out systems. They don't want to do this, so now they get stuck at 10K. They have established a ceiling, right? But you need to break through that ceiling and structure things in such a fashion to where it could get to 30. So now you have a floor, you have a ceiling, and when you break through the ceiling, it becomes a new floor. You have designed a system to be specifically for that level, right? So this structure, all of this stuff is exactly how I have David over here making 55K in a month. I have Dylan over here signing 3K clients left, right, and center. And I have Abdul making 9K a week. And I have Connie signing $6,800 clients inside of Client Ascension. Everything I talked about in here, this system, all the lead generation, all the sales, all of this, we do this at clientascension.com. So if you are currently an agency owner and you want to scale to 30K a month, maybe it's an online kind of business, anything like that, go to clientascension.com and we will help you get to 30K a month and probably more, because we have some people doing a lot more than that now. So if you have content ideas for next videos for me to make, post them in the comments below. If you want to help me grow this channel, like this video and share it with someone, put it on Twitter, whatever, I will retweet you, right? If you want to see the next video I post, subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much, guys. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.